Hey everybody, I'm Chef Tom with allthingsbbq.com, and this is Barbecue Chicken Skillet Pizza on the pellet grill. Well, I know there's a lot of you out there cooking on pellet grills. You're smoking up your big barbecue meats, grilling your steaks and burgers, but sometimes you want to do a pizza, and you can do some fantastic pizza on a pellet grill. Now, one of my favorite ways to do that is in a cast iron skillet. Now, skillet pizzas I've been doing, it was probably the first way I started cooking pizza 20 years ago at home in my oven, and it's something I keep coming back to because it's such a great product in the end. You get this great kind of like pan pizza texture. It's a little bit fried around the edges. You can load it up with toppings if you want to. There's a lot of great possibilities when it comes to skillet pizzas, and they're really easy to pull off without a whole lot of effort. So we're gonna jump right into this today. We've got a couple ingredients that we need to get to. We got some barbecue chicken, we've got some bacon going on, we've got our dough that's got to stretch into the skillet. There's a lot to do. Let's jump in with our chicken. All right, so what we're working with today is boneless, skinless chicken thighs. We're just gonna grill these up on the Yoder 640 with a little bit of barbecue rub. Then once they're done, we'll shred them and sauce them, and they'll be ready for our pizza. So nothing to these thighs really. They're boneless, skinless, like I said. We're just gonna hit them with a little bit of Yoder's chicken rub, a great sweet and savory barbecue rub. You got that paprika and that sugar going on, some salt, all the classic barbecue flavors you need. This is one small component to our pizza, so it's okay if you're seasoning maybe a little bit more than if you were just gonna straight up eat the chicken thighs. We're gonna pack some flavor on there. So like I said, today we're cooking on the Yoder Smokers YS640S pellet grill. Currently we're running it at 425 degrees with grill grates set up directly over the firebox, and we're wide open, no diffuser. So we're just gonna go over direct flame here. Looking to bring these thighs up to about 175 internal. So in addition to chicken and bacon, one of the toppings that we're doing today is thin sliced red onion. So let's go ahead and knock that out real quick. I'm just gonna slice these just about as thin as I can so that they'll quickly cook while the pizza's cooking. So next we're gonna move on to our bacon. We don't need a lot. Doing like two pizza batch today, so about 3 slices of bacon per pizza should get us there. These are just going to dice up and cook in the skillet. All right, so we'll bring this up kind of medium heat and let this cook until it gets crispy. Next, we're gonna mix up a little barbecue pizza sauce base, and we're keeping it super simple today. We're using a pre-made pizza sauce from Urban Slicer, which is super tasty, no added sugar, but great flavor. And then we've got a not very sweet Kansas City style barbecue sauce here with the KC Crossroads. I don't wanna go over the top with the sugar. I just want some good flavor as far as a pizza sauce goes and a barbecue sauce mixed equally, 1-to-1 parts. Now you wanna make a pizza sauce from scratch, I fully encourage you to do so. You can go check out any number of other pizza videos, and there's a lot of them out there where we're making sauce from scratch. But we're gonna keep this really easy for you tonight. I want you to be able to make this pizza any day of the week. All right, so we're just gonna give that a quick stir, make sure it gets mixed really well. We sweeten up our classic pizza sauce, give it a little of that smoky KC flavor. Great base for a barbecue pizza. All right, so these chicken thighs creeping right up on that 175 that we're aiming for. We've got some really great texture and color on here, which is gonna add a lot of flavor. So let's go ahead and pull these off. All right, bacon's got some good crispiness to it. We're gonna go ahead and throw that onto a paper towel to drain off some of the extra fat. We've given the chicken about 5 minutes just to cool off a bit, so at this point what I want to do is I just want to shred this up. If you want to dice it, you definitely can do that. I'm going to go for a shredded consistency today. We're going to have plenty of texture coming off the exterior of the chicken. I want it to be shredded so that it can kind of soak up the sauce a little bit better. When you get diced pieces, the sauce just kind of sits on the outside, but if you get these stringy pieces right here, they really want to soak up that sauce and hold that moisture. So you can definitely do this by hand, or if you want to, you can grab a couple of forks and start shredding that way. So now that we've got it shredded, we're gonna hit this with a little bit of that Casey Crossroads that we put into our pizza sauce as well. Just toss it to get it all coated. This should be slightly sweet and slightly salty and 100% delicious. I make a fantastic barbecue sandwich right there, just like that. All right, so we got chicken going on, we got bacon going on. We've got pizza dough that's resting. It's ready for us to stretch it out. Let's go ahead and bring everything together and build our first pizza. So we're gonna start with a room temp 12-inch skillet. I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of oil. This is a chili infused oil just for fun. There's gonna be just enough in here to kind of give this a lightly fried texture to the outside of the dough. And then for the dough itself, this is the same recipe I use for most of my pizzas. You guys can find the video on how to make pizza dough video. In fact, I'll throw the link for that in the video description if you guys want to watch how this is done from start to finish, or of course you can just pick up some dough at the grocery store. So I'm going to stretch this out until it's kind of got a lip forming up the edges of the skillet. But essentially want it to have just a little bit of vertical around the edges to kind of hold in some of our toppings here. So then we're gonna hit this with our barbecue pizza sauce. Get the bottom fully covered. And then we're gonna come in with some fresh mozzarella. Now we are using the really fresh stuff. It's already been sliced, but we're just going to tear this into small pieces. It's got a lot of moisture to it, so you want to be careful here not to add too much of this cheese, because this, along with the sauce, you may end up having your topping swimming rather than sitting on top of your pizza. So just don't go too crazy. There's a lot of moisture in here. From there, we're going to take about half of that chicken that we just grilled, spread that across the surface. Man, it looks so great already. Then we've got our bacon. Gonna be roughly 3 slices that's been diced up and cooked already. Next, we've got our thin sliced red onions, totally optional. If you were gonna add another ingredient, the next one I might go to that we're gonna skip today would be some jalapenos, or even some pickled jalapenos would be really good in there. But we're just gonna finish this off with a little bit of feta cheese. Got a nice sharp bite to it. It's gonna counteract all the sweet that's going on underneath it. So beyond that, all we're really gonna do is we wanna hit the crust with a little bit of Parmesan seasoning. This is the white pizza mojo. So it's got some Italian seasoning in it as well as like some really fine Parmesan. We're gonna put that right around the edge on the crust. I'd hit the whole thing, but it might get a little bit salty if we do that. So we're gonna start this off uncovered right over the flame in our room temp skillet. I'm gonna set a timer for 10 minutes to come and check on the progress. So here we are at 10 minutes. You can see we've got that dough's kind of popping up pretty nice. Let's take a look at the underside. We're just starting to get that golden brown. Now I don't want that to get too dark, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna move this off to the other side of the grill to finish off cooking over here. And we're also going to throw the lid on top to trap some of that heat in to help melt down the mozzarella. So let's set a timer for 10 more minutes. Well, it's been about 15 minutes now since we covered this. You can see how much it shrunk up away from the edges. Definitely dough is cooked through. Mozzarella is melted underneath. Golden brown, nice and crispy. This is ready to come off. All right, so let's get this out of the skillet now. We'll take a little peek at the underside. Nice and crispy, just a golden brown. Go ahead and slice it up. Great crunch. All those toppings are melted. That holds solid. Doughy, chewy, but crunchy on the bottom. That's what we're going for. All right, let's go ahead and get a taste. Man, what great texture. I love the bottom of this crust. The way that oil has just lightly fried the outside of the dough. But beyond that, it's dense, it's chewy, very soft. All of that holds up to as many toppings as you want to put on top. You know, assuming that you're not doing too much watery stuff. We talked about that. We don't have any of these ingredients swimming in liquid. And that's just a balance of what you're putting on top. If you're going to use that full moisture, full fat mozzarella, make sure that you don't put a lot of other wet ingredients on top. You got to balance it, but that's the fun part about this. This is a great way to start off your pizza cooking career. If you're new to pizzas, or if you're just limited on the amount of tools that you have to make pizzas, a cast iron skillet and a grill, that's really all you need. Topping wise, there are endless possibilities. The barbecue pizza, barbecue chicken, bacon, always a winner. But have some fun with it. Let us know what you come up with too. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to check out allthingsbbq.com for all the products featured in today's video. If you enjoy the recipe, hit that subscribe button. And if you have any questions or comments, or there's anything you'd like to see me cook, let me know in the comment section down below, and let's be good to one another. For more recipes, tips, and techniques, head over to allthingsbbq.com/thesauce. All Things Barbecue, where barbecue legends are made.